Did you know a lot of people who budget aren't able to achieve their financial goals, and quite often times they'll merely focus on paying bills today that they forget about building wealth for the future? Well, I'm an accountant, and in this video I'm going to share with you how I don't budget. You heard right, I don't budget, but I'm going to share what I do in order to achieve my financial goals as well as build wealth for the future. So let's get into the video. So if you are familiar with budgeting, you know that there's a concept called the 50-30-20 rule, and what the 50-30-20 rule talks about is 50% of your income going towards your needs, and then 30% going towards your wants, and 20% going towards things like savings, paying off debt, and so on. The spending plan, on the other hand, looks at your financial goals, and I'm going to talk a bit more about what financial goals are, why you need to have them, and how you actually going to fund those goals. So my wife and I decided when we got married that we were going to budget, and we decided we were going to track every dollar that we spent because that's what we were taught. Or at least she was. I'm from South Africa and I wasn't really taught to budget. I was taught to just make sure that you cover your bills. Money comes in, money goes out. If you've got more money at the end of the month, for me personally, go out and spend it or give it away, right? Because that's what I did. However, when we got married, we decided that we were going to budget, and this was a foreign concept for myself. I'm an accountant by trade. I taught finance at university and I actually taught budgeting, but for some reason I just didn't think that I needed to budget in my personal life. I could budget for companies that I worked at as a consultant and things like that, but when it came to my own personal life, I just didn't budget. But we got married and we started budgeting, and the problem with budgeting for me, based on my personality, it felt very constrictive. I felt like I couldn't do anything, because every time I did something, I needed to go and I needed to track it in a spreadsheet, or there's softwares out there that we use, and we'd log it, and we noticed that we were going over, and it just made me feel bad, and I'm sure it made my wife feel bad too. And so we just did it for a while, and then we just got to the point where we got into the other side of the ditch where we just didn't do anything. We stopped budgeting entirely and we just spent, and as a result of that, we started living using a credit card because we just didn't have a plan that was feasible. We just continued to spend and spend and spend based on the whole fact that budgeting felt constrictive. I know it doesn't make sense to those budgeters out there watching this video. I know that it works for some people, but for people like myself, it just wasn't working. And so what we did was we decided to look and assess our financial goals. So we looked at something called a spending plan. I read a book a few years ago by a guy called David Bach, and he wrote this book called The Automatic Millionaire. And what David discussed was how you needed to automate your finances. And not just automate your finances, but identify what your financial goals were. And then as a result of that, you need to channel your finances towards your goals. And that's what we started to do. So how a spending plan differs to a budget, as I mentioned already, you're going to identify what your financial goals are. So at the start of each year, I encourage you to identify what your goals are from a financial perspective. Do you want to get out of debt? Do you want to buy a new car? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to travel? What are your goals? Once you've identified what your goals are, it's important to assess what the cost of those goals are. So let's say I wanted to go to Europe. How much does it cost to actually go to Europe? Is it going to cost me and my family $5,000? So that's going to be a goal that we are going to set at the start of the year. Once you've got all your goals, and I normally tell my clients that I work with, choose 3 to 5 goals. 5 is pushing it, but I'd rather say go for the 3. But if you can accomplish 5 goals in a particular year, then go for 5. Once you've done that, then I encourage you to go ahead, like I said, identify what the costs are. You've got the cost, to then go ahead and identify how much income you actually have that you can channel towards these goals. So it's great having goals, but if you don't have the money to actually go and fund those goals, you're not going to accomplish those goals. So the first thing you need to do after you've identified what your goals are is to go ahead and to do an audit of your income versus expenses. So you'll go through your income, you'll list your income, you'll also list all your expenses and do a true audit of your expenses to identify if there's anything within the expense category or different expense categories that you want to cut. So is there anything that you want to get rid of? Are there subscriptions that you shouldn't be spending money on? Are you eating out all the time that's not getting you closer to your goals? And then you need to eliminate those. Once you've identified how much you have eliminated and can eliminate from your spending on a monthly basis, you will then need to go and take the surplus of your income, less your expenditure, and then you're going to take that money and you're going to transfer it into a savings account. One thing I have to point out when it comes to selecting a savings account is not all savings accounts are equal. If you are banking with one of the larger banks, you're probably getting 0.001% interest on your savings. So what I'm going to do is beneath this video, I've got a link to a website which will share with you a whole bunch of high yield savings accounts that you should consider actually saving for your goals in. And so we've got a few goals in our household. We've got goals to travel, we've got goals for our kids, we've got lots of different goals. And so for each goal that we actually have a savings account at a high yield savings bank. And so, well, an online bank which offers a high yield savings account. And the bank we personally use is Ally Bank. I'm not connected to them in any way, but I'll have a list beneath this particular video where you can see lots of different banks which will offer you really good interest rates that you should consider putting that extra income that you found into so that you can start funding your goals. Another important thing to consider when it comes to being successful with a spending plan is the automation of your finances. So what I mean by that is, as your money gets paid into your checking account, it automatically gets transferred to cover your bills like your mortgage, your car payment, and so on. But in addition to that, you're going to automate the flow of your cash towards your goals in your high yield savings account. So this part takes you out of the equation. So what we do on a quarterly basis, we do it on an annual basis, but I reassess it as we go through the year. I look at what our goals are, I look at what our income versus our expenses are, and then we automate our finances towards our goals. This takes us out of the equation, so I don't have to remember every week or every month that I need to transfer $100 into my emergency fund or $50 into a travel fund. This is happening automatically, guys, and so this has really changed our lives, because now we don't have to budget every dollar that we have within our economical system. As a family has an assignment. I know what we're going to get in a particular month. I know what I need to automatically go to cover my mortgage and any other bills like my son's school fees or tuition, and then any surplus that's available, it's going automatically towards those goals. And that's been a great relief for us, because we know that we're accomplishing our goals. We also know that we are out of the equation, so there's no risk of running over in a particular month. So I encourage you guys, consider setting up a spending plan. If you want more resources on how to do that, there's a list to 2 books beneath this particular video which covers the concept. I've got some programs on that too, which I will cover with you guys at a later point in time on this particular channel. And then just a little tip for married couples. There's something my wife and myself have factored into our spending plan, that's he and she money. So one of the things that we do on an automatic basis each month is we transfer money into Brittany's checking account and into my checking account, where we can spend money as we want. This has been amazing. So we are tracking our goals, we are spending money on our goals, paying for travel or setting aside money for our travel, and we're setting aside for other goals that we've got in our family. But in addition to that, we are actually transferring money each pay period into Brittany's checking account, a separate checking account, separate to mine, and I've got my own where I can spend the money as I please. And please note, we are married, and in our household we believe that the finances are both of ours, so what's mine is hers and vice versa. We pay our bills out of our joint checking account. But even when it comes to my checking account, she's got full access and she can see what I'm spending money on. But it's the actual money within that account we can just use, and we don't have to track it. And then the final thing, if one of your goals is to become debt-free and you've got that as a financial goal, I've created a course with my wife where we talk about how we paid off $22,000 worth of debt in under a year when we had one income. And so you can get that resource beneath this video. It will change your life. I honestly believe if you follow the principles that we teach in that particular program, where we share what we practically needed to do, how we got into a spending plan, and how we were able to accomplish this again with one income, where it didn't seem possible, but because that was a goal for us and we had a spending plan, we were able to accomplish our goal. So for more videos just like this, where I'm going to teach you how to cut your costs, increase your income, and live a generous lifestyle, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.